everybody. I'm Jack, UI, UX designer, illustrator, animator, donut connoisseur. We've got a bunch of people joining the chat already. Welcome, everybody. Sean, another streamer here on Behance. Hi, Sean. That looks like musical notes. That text is wild. It is too early for that for my poor brain. Oliver, Mafu's here. Welcome, Mafu. All caps. Hello, everyone. Oliver's asking if Mafu's feeling any better now. Yeah. Let us know how you're feeling, Mafu. I know you've been like in and out with health issues for a little while now. Kripa, let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome to the stream. Today, I don't have a great plan. I don't really have much of a plan. It's been a week, y'all. So, anyways, I'm gonna be working on we're just gonna make some donuts for today. Yeah, it's Paczki Day. Paczki Day is coming up on Tuesday. Those of you that don't know, you may know it as Mardi Gras on Tuesday, or Fat Tuesday, or Pancake Day. You know, pick your poison. It's all delicious. That's Tuesday. I will be picking up my paczkis. I don't know if paczkis are just like a Midwestern thing, or if they're just like anywhere that that has like a large Polish population, because I think they're like a Polish creation. But I think that a lot of like European countries celebrate in some capacity. I think it's Mardi Gras French, so why are you looking at me? Corey's looking at me confused. I've been ill too. No, I've just been very busy lately, and so yeah. You've been learning about it in French. That's awesome. Yeah, let us know. Let me know if you have any suggestions for today, Mafu, as we get going into this. I don't really have much of a plan. Like I said, I'm gonna probably draw some donuts, and I'm gonna be relying on you all to give me some good puns in the chat. Donut saying, paczki sayings. So paczkis are not like regular donuts. They're like they usually are filled, so they're not like, they don't have a hole in them, so they're not filled donuts, and they usually have powdered sugar on top. And they're made with like a higher ratio of usually egg yolks and higher ratio of fat, obviously, because the idea behind Mardi Gras and Fat Tuesday, well, the idea behind Fat Tuesday was to use up all of the fat in the kitchen. So that was kind of like, what's a better way to do it than to fry some donuts, some fat donuts. So, speaking of, so why are we doing donuts today? Let me just pop over here real quick. I'm doing a pro tips on the Tuesday of this week, so the 13th, which is, like I said, Mardi Gras. So we're in Paczki Day. So I'm gonna be going over pro tips on making stickers, which kind of segues nicely into, we just finished out the stickers for Crock of Time, but I didn't go through like how you would actually go about like setting those up for print. Sorry, I'm looking for the schedule. Oh, it's not even up yet. I know it is up there though, but it's not visible to you all in the schedule. Anyways, I'm gonna be doing pro tips on sticker creation. So we're gonna be going over like the oh my gosh, what time is that too? I should have my life together. My life is not together, everybody. That is gonna be... I need to find the time, I'm sorry. I'm looking for the time for 10 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday. So, and you're gonna be seeing a lot of me. I have pro tips this week and the week after. So let me know if there's anything you're interested in seeing or going over in Illustrator. I've got a couple of ideas percolating. I need some coffee to percolate as well to get my brain going. I don't know. Did you know that Mardi Gras was inspired by Italian festivals? That doesn't surprise me. I kind of believe it. We have like a tangentially, we have an Italian festival that takes place every year in We have a street that's over by where I used to go to school. I say a street. The street is called Little Italy? I don't know. There's a street that goes through Little Italy, and that's like the main road. Is it Mayfield? Yeah, I guess it is technically Mayfield. What is percolate? Marinating? Thinking? Bubbling to the top? Okay, that's what the word actually means. Corey's giving me definitions. I thought it meant, like, brewing. Yeah. Specific type of coffee brewing. Anyways. Happy Friday, everybody, by the way. I hope you're having a great Friday. I'm just gonna pull some colors that I maybe want to work with. And I do have a print document going here, so. The hard thing is that, like, a lot of Mardi Gras is, like, gonna be these nice purples that we're gonna have some difficulty getting with within Illustrator here. Oh, my mouse is having a time. Come on. I don't like that. I want to do a little more blue. This route. I'm not taking any of these colors today. Alright, we're gonna go with there we go. Come on. Something like this. Maybe I can add festive marks on the donut. One of the ideas that I had, just as a visual, I don't have any good text, so I really do. Well, Corey sent me some text. Corey sent me some ideas that he had for. Well, I'm gonna read them now because you stuck your tongue out at me, like very offended that I wasn't gonna read out your puns or whatever. I don't know how I feel about the first one. I'm skipping it. Then we have Paczki rhymes with chunky, kind of. And grumpy till I've had my Paczki. And then he just sent me 2 emojis that are a fist and a key. So, yeah, that's where we are at. Huh? Oh, you're sending me another one. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing it. Oh, donut, call me a donut. Yeah. Yeah. I don't love these colors. It's early. With emojis because the captions keep calling them Paczkis. Yeah, it's a weird. So that's the other kind of thing. From my understanding, it's pronounced like Paczkis, but I know that like everybody kind of pronounces them slightly differently. So, and they're spelled, yeah, like Corey just spelled it out there. I'll type it in the chat. I'll type it on my screen so you can actually see. It's spelled Paczki. It's actually spelled the C actually has like an accent mark on it, but there you go. No, I think it's the C. I'm pretty sure it's the C. If not, then I'll just be wrong again. I thought it was the C. Well, shows what I know. Oh, Oliver's on it. And Shauna, if you saw Shauna did a stream on Adobe Live recently, and she had like a this color gamut thing, and I'm jealous of it, and I wish that I had that in Illustrator for today in particular. It's pronounced something like Paczkis. Kind of. Okay, I like this color palette better than this one. Honestly. Feels a little better. To me. Yeah, Paczki, Paczki, Paczki. Yeah, it's very, it's up for debate, and every Polish person will tell you you're pronouncing it wrong no matter how hard you try anyways, so there's really no point in trying. It's just, you're just, accept that you're probably pronouncing it wrong. Alright, let's do a little Paczki. Let's draw a little Paczki. We'll see. I should probably get a reference here. I'm just gonna do a Google search and show you what a Paczki looks like real quick so you can get an idea. Maybe I'll copy it in. Actually, let's go to Adobe Stock. That way I can pull it in. Here we go. Adobe Stock. There's a little Paczki. But this is what they look like, to give you an idea. And they're usually filled. They actually have, the traditional fillings are like rose, so like rose water flavor, and prune, I think, and I think raspberry is pretty classic as well. This is not common. I'm not sure why this is coming up. They're usually not covered with a glaze. They're almost always a powdered sugar type situation. I'm just gonna throw this into my libraries here. And let's just move this to... Oh, I don't know where to put this. Let's make a new library and close. I think I already have a Pro Tips library. Oh, Pro Tips. Pro Tips. Actually, where am I gonna put this? Let's just... Whatever. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna have much more in this library, but I'm just gonna bring this in so you can kind of see what they look like. I need to do a better job of like it's moving to the library. Okay. Give it a second. It's not a Berliner. The thing that separates, because you could call them like filled donuts, right? They're just like, you know, and those have their own names. But Paczkis in particular, it's actually like the dough itself for the donut is different. It's like a really dense dough when it's, you know, when they're made, and they have they're like, it's like really yellow on the inside, probably from the higher amount of, they put a lot of, like I said, egg yolk in it, higher amount of egg yolk and like fat, so that's probably why. It's kind of brioche. Yeah, it is kind of brioche. Okay. It's like dense, but still fluffy in the same way that brioche is. I guess brioche is sort of like fluffy, bready. I don't know. If you've ever had anything like that, you should get what I'm talking about. Is logo package swatch the colors out on Shauna was using? No, she was using a thing that's built into Photoshop. And now I'm gonna have to find it. The thing that was cool about it is it actually changed. She had changed her color picker to just gray out the areas where the print color gamut you know, breaks where you can't actually access those colors or you can't use them in print. And I didn't get a chance. I meant to like look into whether or not there was an option to do that in Illustrator, and I didn't get a chance to. But it's like really handy little thing there that I would really like in Illustrator, please and thank you. Oliver says someone using that the other day, but I don't remember who it was. Boo. Boo. I wish I knew. Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit of this. I'm actually gonna change this to be... You know what we're gonna do while we're at it? We're gonna save ourselves a little bit here, and we're gonna add these colors in as a little swatch. Setting ourselves up for success here. We might make a scatter brush to make some... I'm so torn. I'm so torn on how I want this to look. I'm also... I'm thinking, don't mind me. I have a couple of ideas. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. Don't mind me. Someone was using it the other day. I wish I knew what it was. I feel like I'm failing you, chat. I want to do the next part. Scatter brush just in case we need it. I don't know yet if that's what I want to do, but we're gonna make this have a white fill. Come on, what's going on here? What's going on? There you go. And up in the top here, I'm just gonna choose new brush, and we're gonna go to scatter, random. We need to set all of these to be random. I'm not gonna change this rotation at all. So the size, I'm gonna do, let's say, anything between 50 and 125 or something. I'm trying to imagine the size in my head. Spacing is above and below the brush, wherever you draw it, on either side of that path. So we're gonna bring this all the way down. Why does this seem strange to me? I feel like I used to do. Maybe I haven't made a scatter brush in a while, and that's why I'm blanking on it. Scatter's gonna be the same. Oh, scatter was what I was thinking. Okay, so negative 300 and 300 to start. Alright, we're just gonna try this. I don't need to do anything with the colorization since I'm not colorizing this brush, at least yet. Since it's just gonna be powdered sugar. Go. And if we want to, that actually looks pretty good. You know, you can bring it down in size. If I bring it down in size, I probably want to make a separate brush. Let's do that. I'll show you what I mean. So we're gonna make a duplicate of this brush, and for this one, I'm gonna pull the scale down. And then we're gonna do spacing more. Actually, we're gonna increase the spacing and increase the scatter. Okay. Now I've got more and less dense powdered sugar, I guess. Alright. I'm thinking. Do I want to put text on this, or do I just want to do a donut to start? Maybe we'll just do a bunch of donuts, and then we can figure out how we use them. Alright, so this is how I like to do this. Your mileage may vary. So we're just gonna start to get some powdered sugar on that. Rotate it across here. Couldn't devise asking what's going on. Is she web designing? I'm not web designing. Although that is something I do. We're currently working on some little donuts for Mardi Gras. Actually, I'm gonna increase the scatter on this too. So. Welcome in. We're just experimenting right now. Maybe we'll just do a bunch of donuts. Always an option. Yeah. In my world, yeah. I have scale, strokes, and effects turned off at the moment, so instead of scaling the actual stroke weight, it's just scaling the brush, and that's why you're seeing things kind of move around, so just an FYI. And then, let's see, we need to do a couple things here. We're gonna go and bring this down. Maybe we'll do an old trick that I used to do a lot more earlier on. And I don't do it as much anymore. Which is make a blend. You can make a blend to do like flat color transition as well. I don't usually like it as much because it tends to make things like perfectly even, and it's not really my style, but I think for this it'll be okay. There we go, there's a little Paczki. What is this software? Is it 3D software? No, this is Adobe Illustrator. That's generally what I work in, although Illustrator does have 3D capabilities. And so if we wanted to, we can do a little, I'll give you a demo real quick. I'm just gonna do a half circle here. I'm just gonna increase the weight of this up quite a bit, probably 100. I'm gonna scale this back down. There we go. We're gonna go to Window, 3D, and Materials, if I can find it. And can do a revolve. I'm gonna choose from the right edge. No, maybe I was wrong. Oh man, what is happening today with this? There we go. This does not quite seem right to me. I feel like it should have worked from this side. Let's see. weird. Hold on a sec. Give me a minute. Maybe, oh, you know what? I think I have to do a fill instead. Come on. I broke it. That's gonna put the 3D effect on the stroke. Alright, let's go to the fill. Let's do a revolve. I have done this so many times. There we go. That was right. Yep, okay. Why does this not look right? Losing my mind. Hold on, let me make sure. Didn't know you can make 3D in Illustrator. Oh yeah, you can make 3D stuff in Illustrator. I'm just struggling right now for some reason to get the shape that I want. Let's actually see if we just join these. Maybe I was right all along and I just should have gone with a circle. I don't even need to mess with any of that. There we go. And I think I need the offset to be wider for our donut. You know, and then we can either rotate it using this little 3D widget here. Bring it kind of around in space. Come on, there we go. So we can see a bit more of it. I think I have I don't have ray tracing on because I'm not really doing anything in particular. But, you know, if you wanted to, you could turn on ray tracing. And that would have more an effect if I went in here and I kind of adjusted my lighting. So you put like a warmer light on this. Actually, let's go like... I know, Corey's over there sawing, like, you're getting too far in the weeds, Jack. Base properties. If you increase this metallic and you bring the roughness down, you can get really like shiny objects. In this case, I want something that's kind of soft. You know, I also have to. This lighting is terrible. All right. Anyways, you get the idea on how they work. It's not Mardi Gras today. Yes, correct. So, if we, let me scroll up. Seems nice. Moff was asking, Mardi Gras roughly translates to Fat Tuesday. Why is Mardi Gras on a Friday? It's not. I just wanted to prepare. So, if I don't get stickers done for, so there you go. If you have any more questions about the 3D panel, feel free to ask. But it's not really the focus of today. I'm just happy to show it off with you. I did a whole set of 3D challenges, if you want to go back and rewatch those, where I kind of go through each of the areas of the 3D tools in more depth. But I wanted to create some, I have stickers I could use. I could just use the Crock of Time ones for going through. I'm not going to be able to go through, we only have a half an hour for pro tips on Tuesday, so I'm not going to be able to like put together a whole sticker design and show you how to set it up for print. So I'm hoping that I can kind of like come up with some concepts that we can play with during the pro tips, rather than if I don't, I'm not like beholden to this. I would love to be able to have stickers that are, you know, Fat Tuesday themed or Mardi Gras Paczki Day themed for the stream on Tuesday. But if not, I'll just demo it with the Crock of Time stickers that we made, how you would set those up for print. So yeah. And also welcome to Schwaffle. How's it going? Anyways, back to our little donut here, our Paczki. The only downside to this, I just made a copy, holding down Alt if you were curious, is that we don't get to see the like filling as much. So we'd have to figure that out. Gonna add like a little, and indentation over here. This one. And in this case, I'm gonna use like my darker color here as my shadow. I'll do like 10%. I just want like a little bit of a shadow before I add in like a filling, which will be pink. You'll be able to see it. I don't know what this filling is supposed to be. Maybe it's the rose filling like I mentioned before. And actually I'm gonna do a solid color behind this. And this is also gonna have a bit of a shadow on it. Properties panel here. Actually, I did that the opposite way than I wanted to. No, I didn't. And then there'll be like a slightly lighter area as well. There you go. And also, actually, I am gonna colorize this. You know what? I'm gonna edit the scatter brush. And if you didn't know how to do that, let me show you how you can do that real quick. So I'm gonna drag out this scatter brush, and it's gonna make the little shape. This is like the original brush shape here. And I'm also gonna open up my brushes window. There. Where'd you go? Oh, it's telling me it's behind. Okay. Here we go. So if you want to edit a brush and you've already made it, and you want to like actually edit the shapes, you can go in here. I'm just gonna add a black fill to this, and I'm just gonna holding down Option. If I drag over top of it, it's gonna allow me to replace that brush shape. I think I want both of these are gonna be the same, but yeah. There you go. Let's take a look. Okay, so it worked. Oh, I didn't change the settings on this one. Alright, let's go in here and let's change this also to hue shift. And that's going to apply whatever color there. And the reason I'm doing that is because I might want to add a little bit of... I guess I could have done this manually as well, but it was a good opportunity. The opportunity was there to show you this part of it. So we're going to grab that color and apply our brush. And we're actually going to make this quite large. Five is too much. And if you don't like the way that your brush looks, you can actually like click through and it'll apply it a couple times until you get something you do like. I'm trying to get like some little crumbs, basically. Crumbs always make something feel like, you know, you're always trying to get that like, does this feel like it, like a real thing, you know? Like that little bit of, I don't know. It adds something. I always like adding crumbs. And I should probably do it to this one instead, huh? Crumbly? It feels crumbly. It feels like a real baked good, right? Like not some artificial thing, you know? I don't know. My baked goods are always crumbly. You know, versus like, you know, otherwise it just kind of feels like artificial, right? Like this is just kind of like one of those little touches you can add to make it feel like an actual thing. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but hopefully you get the idea. Crummy. feel like I want to make like a king cake version of this. How do we feel about a king cake Paczki? I just want a little crown on it, like a little king crown, and maybe we'll add some different colors. The king cake is actually a Mardi Gras thing, and that's like I think the king cake is, no, it is a French one thing. I was gonna say, I feel like it's a, strictly a, Louisiana creation, but I think the king cake does have origins in France, although I think the French cake is different than the one they do in Louisiana. Louisiana king cake is like a coffee cake almost, where it's got like cinnamon in it, and it's also got like a similar texture to the Paczki, where it's like, or Paczki, pronouncing it wrong, where it's got like if you ever had like a grocery store coffee cake where it's kind of like bready, kind of like, again, like brioche was a good way to describe it. Also, I'm not sure that I love the angle of this. The French king cake is a bit lopped off the guillotine. I don't think that's it. It has a different name. Let me look it up. French king cake is different. It's got puff pastry. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this French word. You can look up French king cake and you'll get what it is. It's more like a, I don't want to say it's more like a croissant, like it looks very layered, versus the ones you get in Louisiana are more like doughy. Anyways, chat is spicy today with that comment. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it for now and kind of roll with it. We need a little crown. We need a little crown. We need some colors on this. Maybe we need some colors. I'm torn. I don't want to make it like a whole thing. Maybe instead of the colors on the king cake, we do like beads. Is that too much? Are beads too much? Beads in the crown? What are we thinking? How do we feel about that? Chat. We also do donuts in different perspectives. This is just where I started. Yeah, Katarina just copy and pasted into the chat the French name. I am not Gaillettes de Roy. Listen, I took French and obviously it did not stick. So don't judge me, Corey. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is very orange. I'm concerned. Because the crown would also be gold. So maybe we have to go a different route for the crown. Is it weird to have a crown in a different color other than gold? Maybe we can, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm using swatches, so I can always change my mind if I hate it. I can be like, no, I don't like this. No, I don't think so. Start with a rectangle. All good things start with shapes. It's a hit for pronunciation. Well, I appreciate you. I don't think do you pronounce the L though? Or is it pronounced like a Y? because if just going off of your pronunciation, Kendra, I would pronounce it Galette de Roa, which I'm not sure I'm getting that right either. I don't know. Let's make a crown. I'm marginally better at drawing things than speaking French, so take that as you will. No crown. I do want it to be, like, tilted forward. I do think I'm gonna go with that perspective. Keeping lots of copies. We'll use the shape builder for this since I never use shape builder. I never give any love. Join all of this, and then we'll erase all of this by holding down Option. I want to round these out, but I think I have 2 points here. Reconcile with that. Maybe I don't. Maybe that was a lie. Might be a problem for the sides here. Plus. Let's do this. A little trick here. Come on. This is the one I want to respond. Okay, I didn't move that point far enough down. Alright, now I've got a little bit of round corners on that. And I'm just gonna cheese this a little bit. I feel like somebody I know that somebody has done a savory punchki before. Corey's saying I would eat a cheese punchki. I feel like that's like an actual thing. Actually, I'm gonna keep it how we've been doing it. Ooh, I like that color. And let's see. I might actually do that down here. Increase this. This is a little too subtle for my taste. I'm not a subtle person. Actually, let's bring that all the way up. Gonna put that on the head of the king for the crown. I'm thinking this. I want to make like. I'm gonna add elements of like Mardi Gras back into this. So I'm thinking putting a crown on it. I don't think I'm gonna make it look like a king cake, just because I know that like the powdered sugar is really important to the integrity of the punchki, and so I don't know that I want to put colors like color icing on top. So I'm wondering if there's other things we can do. And the first thing that came to mind was the crown. So, I guess I should have mentioned this, so thank you, Vicky. The king cake usually has some kind of like a little charm. Sometimes it's a creepy baby, but other times, and the ones that I prefer, are like little plastic crowns that they put inside the cake, and whoever finds it has to buy the king cake next year or something like that, I think. But I figured I could put a little crown on this to kind of to relate it back to the story that I'm trying to tell. At least that's kind of my thought process. Whether or not it comes through is another story. We're gonna do like a... Oh, Katarina likes that tradition. Yeah, it's fun, but it also means that nobody ever wants to actually... It's not something you want to actually win. You know what I mean? Like, split this. Where's my... I'm trying to get better about using the properties panel, everyone. So, bear with me while I sort that out for myself. Oh my gosh. There we go. Find you. I'm just gonna hide you for now. Maybe you can kind of see what I'm doing here. And then we'll go over here. I'm trying to add a little highlight to this. Oh my gosh. Hit every one except for the one I want. For me. Oh my gosh, you guys, every time I throw on one. Okay, that doesn't look like highlights at all. I do need some little... Another little tip for you with the diamond shapes. If you try to scale a square, it does weird things, so you kind of have to go over here, and if you just use a pathfinder on this single object, she's not giving me the option. Window... For some reason, expand to shape doesn't work here, or expand shape. So you have to go to Pathfinder Unite, and that'll let you stretch and modify gemstone kind of a shape. And we're gonna do this so that this stands out a bit. I'm just making like the seat for it, and then we'll do a normal color. Go over here. Go over here. Actually go here. Go in between these. Okay, thanks. Alright. And increase. Maybe we just do purple. Ooh, do purple and a little bit of pink? We'll do maybe this. This will be lighter. And I'm gonna do another copy and paste in front. Alright, there we go. Sean says, here we do... This was a dumb way for me to do this, by the way. Oh my gosh, so many panels. Here we do have a fascinating and one day's crazy lady day. Women cut the ties off any man wearing a tie. Our town square is adorned with about 100 cut ties. Interesting. Sean could have made that up, but I believe him. I feel like I've heard of that before, so it's not... I'm not surprised, I guess. Cut this as well. And then it's gonna become this color. And as you do. See what I mean about it's a lot of orange to deal with. And I'm not loving it. I'm not loving all of the orange. So I'm gonna change it up. Where's the switches? also don't love that. I don't know. I'm also not getting, like, what? We have 1 or 2 phrases to work with. Here, scroll up. I'm trying to find, I think Corey had posted one earlier. And I missed it. Donut, call me a donut? There it is. That's a good one. The more I read it, the more I am a fan of that. Just copying it in here for myself. The struggle is real today. I don't know. Let's see. This needs to go back to where you were. This needs to come down. I'm not like loving the Paczki itself either, but it's certainly a starting point, right? Let's do like I feel like donut, call me a donut needs to be typed on a path. I'm just gonna split this for now. We're just experimenting at this point. I'm gonna do some adjustments here. I'm gonna go to type on a path. Type in a path options. And we're gonna align it to the center. I like doing this whenever I'm using type on a path because I feel like this text could go around twice too. Anyways, I'm just kind of brainstorming, but it's easier when you're doing like if you have multiple type on a path to keep everything kind of aligned. Also, hey Annika, welcome. Annika. Going into lurk mode. You just say, "You look awesome. I want to do it." Yeah. Mardi Gras. Fat Tuesday this week. Annika. We're working on some design so I can get something sort of going. I'm doing pro tips and Illustrator pro tips on Tuesday about setting things up for sticker designs, and so I figured I'd come up with some. Since it's just good fortune. I'm fortunate enough to be able to do a pro tips on Paczki Day. So we're gonna do some Paczki Mardi Gras stickers. So did I get a chance to get a box of donuts from my favorite donut shop? Not recently, but I did pre-order my Paczkis from them. So I will have some on Tuesday from them. They do Paczkis every year, and they're delicious, so I'm very excited. That donut looks tasty. Thanks, Shem. Also, welcome in, everybody. If you are just joining, please say hi. Zakir, hello. Alright, let's look at fonts. I'm gonna look at some fonts. We're gonna see how we feel about this. I feel like this could potentially work. And then we put like the name somewhere as well, Paczki. Alright, and I'm just gonna, I don't know why I copied the whole thing, I just need to copy the text so I don't accidentally alter it. Always making copies. We could do something like that, and that kind of balances the crown. I'm not loving the crown colors, like I said, but this is all just kind of like placeholder for the concept, right? You never heard of a Paczki? They're pretty unique. They're uniquely. I said this earlier on. And Zakia, we're working on just some designs for Paczki Day. Paczkis, for those of you who don't know, are a type of donut in a way. It's a fried dough. And I don't know if it's I said this before, I don't know if it's a Midwestern thing, like a Midwestern US thing, or just like a thing where, like wherever there's a lot of like a large Polish community, because where I live, you know, where I grew up in Chicago and where I live now in Ohio, there's both have like a large Polish population. And it's a Polish baked good, right? Fried good, but they're fried dough like a donut, but they have like a higher percentage of fat and egg yolks in them, because the idea was for Mardi Gras on this Tuesday, also known as Fat Tuesday, also known as Paczki Day, also known as Pancake Day if you're in the UK, the idea was to use up all of the like fat. Barbara, you haven't heard of Paczkis? Oh my gosh. They are big in Chicago. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. So maybe that has something to do with it, but I do know that there are a ton of Polish bakeries that do them in Chicago as well. And as soon as I searched for it, it said, is Paczki a Midwest thing? I think it might be. Tuesday's the last day of Carnival here. You're a Cubs fan, North Side. Yeah, I think it's more of a South Side thing than a North Side thing. Maybe even a West Side thing, to be honest with you. But don't quote me on that. I just know that they're a thing. They're a thing, and you should go get yourself some. But yeah, that's the idea, is that they all of these holidays, Michelle, are all kind of the same. Whether you celebrate Mardi Gras, whether you celebrate Fat Tuesday, Pancake Day, you know, etc. They all kind of coincide with like some kind of delicious bakery, baked good, you know, type of thing. All right, let's go in here. I have to figure out where I'm gonna put Paczki too. Fonts. I'm gonna see what I got. We could also go on Adobe fonts. We could do that today. You know, I've been surprised by some of the new fonts they've been adding over there. And they traditionally have powdered sugar on top instead of like a glaze or a frosting. I was originally gonna make this look like king cake, hence the crown, but I don't think I want to alter the. I don't want to like not have powdered sugar on it, if that makes sense. Sorry, I just clicked on the what's trending because I've never clicked on that before. I'm gonna take a look. This is a cool font. I don't think it's the right vibe, but it's cool. This is cool too. Ooh. Alright, let's go connecting to fasting before Easter. Yeah, that's the idea. Which I don't Jack Chain Nutritions in one little project. I am confident, if you mean the king cake Paczki, I'm confident that somebody has already come up with that I'm not the first person. They do some wild flavors. Venice Boulevard is a Hutzpah font. I've been using it a lot in your work lately. We can give it a go. Let me get back there. I'm not entirely sure what the right feeling is for this, you know, design, but it could be this. There's a donut shop thing in here. Yeah, a lot of Hutzpah's fonts remind me of like this one's got like, it does have like a sign painted feel to it, like traditional sign painting, and then like their script fonts too also have like it's very sign painted kind of look to them. All right, we're gonna try this. Very retro vibe too, yeah. All right, we got this one activated. I'm gonna try to open this in a new tab so I can remember. Although we could just go to Oh my gosh. Copying Corey's "Donut Call Me a Donut" text. We could have put that now that I've copied it. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm such a mess. I could have put it in here and actually previewed it. Let's do that. Very nice font. Alright, let's take a look at what it looks like in there real quick. In our sample text. I like the T. There's like, it's got like these sharp edges that are kind of nice. Alright, let's go back out and take a look at some more. I'm just gonna go back. Googled it, now very hungry. They're delicious. Oh my gosh, loaf is still hanging around. Hanging around from last week. I wish that I had some recommendations on where you could get Paczkis in Chicago, but I don't know that, like, you know, and pretty much any Polish bakery is gonna have them. I don't have like a specific in mind. I feel like, not to get like too local focused, I feel like the news network WGN does like a whole thing on Paczkis every year, so go to their website, and I'm sure you'll find like an article that says where you can find them. Fun! I love fun. Probably had to pre-order them a week ago to get on Tuesday. Well, a lot of the Polish bakeries like in Chicago, like they don't do like pre-orders and stuff like that. Like they're still very like old school mom and pop style, and so like you just gotta show up with cash and get in line kind of situation. I don't think I want a script. I always have a hard time. Does anybody else? I love this font too. I've been using it a lot lately. Pie. Oh my gosh, I just wanted to open you in a new window. Does anybody else find type on a path, like getting a font, like you'll pick fonts that you like, but like they're not right for like type on a path. Like type on a path requires such a specific, not all fonts look good around a circle. I'm just saying, not all fonts will work. Newest. I don't know that I want something so heavy that it's going to be hard to read. And so Pie might not be the right one. Might not be it. Ooh, wow. Let me try this one too. Alright. Could work. I kinda want this in pink. Maybe. That crown. I need to do something different with that crown. Hold on. I'm just opening up these two little lines here. I'm just opening things up so I can adjust these a little bit better. And I'm gonna bring this back to... What's happening? There we go. I know that sometimes this type of path can be finicky. It's being difficult for me right now. For example... Come on. There we go. just go all the way. I'm trying. I want like. I think I want equal spacing around between the crown on either side. Which we can also move the placement of this a little bit. I love that the Paczki is king. Like the imagery, I'm loving the concept. I'm not sold on it visually, but I do love the concept. The crown and the donut, call me a donut. Here for that. But where are we gonna put the Paczki text? Like, where is it gonna go? You have to tell people what it is. Or maybe it's just kind of implied. I don't know. Oh, we gotta try the other fonts too. We can't just go with the first option. Yeah, see, I think this is gonna be too heavy. It's tough with type on a path. Like I said, it's tough. Alright, we can also try what this looks like in all caps from the character panel. If you didn't know, you could click on that. It's a little bit more aggressive. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And then what was the other one we were gonna try? Dunkel? I haven't tried this one yet at all. Not a font I've used. Oh, that's Brandon Nickerson. We don't want that. Where are you? Where'd you go? Oh, maybe I have to hit OK. Okay. I hit OK. Let me see what Creative Cloud's doing over here. What are you doing? Are you thinking? Are you thinking about it? Oh, hello. Actually, I didn't hate that. Okay. It just does not want to load this font for me. Let's go in here. Find more. Oh, it's got like a weird, funky name, I think. Let's see. I'm looking for it. Found it. It's got a weird name. Let's see what it looks like without all caps. I don't love it. I'm not sure. Maybe we don't go with a heavy font. We go with something else. Let's go back up. I don't think fun is right. It's not working for me. Let's go. Just take a look at what's new. New. I'm not loving any of these. Welcome to the stream, everybody. This is the point in which I go through and look at fonts for 45 minutes. I saw a really cool font and I was playing around with it. I didn't actually end up using it for anything. Where do I find my most recently activated fonts? Okay, let me open up my Creative Cloud again. I think I can get to it from here. Adobe fonts? Nope, that's not it. There used to be a space. There we go. Yeah, okay, I don't need the tour. Recently added. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Nope, nope, nope. Well, we're never gonna know. Oh, newest. Okay, we'll look at all of them. Oh my gosh. Oh, this one. It was this. Let's try this. I also don't love that. Maybe we need to lean more into the Mardi Gras style. I don't think I don't know that a script is gonna work because I think that will be too much. You know what I mean? Let me see this in all caps as well, maybe. It's a cool font. I haven't found a use for it yet. I just think it's a cool font. I'm struggling a bit with this one today. Struggling. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave this for now. And move on with my life. Maybe a slab. Slab serifs are also another one that I don't use them a ton. I love them. I think they have so much personality. It's one of those things I just haven't had much success with. Oh, no, I'm gonna say no. Let's go with the slab serif and let's get out of funky and let's just take a look what we got here. That's gonna be too hard to read. Do my brows. Is there a way to make a logo design? My friend Joe, we just did a whole set of Illustrator challenges on branding and creating a logo, so I would go back and rewatch those. There were 4 of them, 4 half-hour streams total. We did them over a course of a month, so you know, with like about a week in between to work on stuff, but you could totally do them just like, you know, back to back if you wanted. Are we gonna get to Dunkin' Donuts though if we go this route? That's my fear. I kind of like this Margot. Let's try it. Oh my gosh, typing. What's happening with my Adobe fonts right now? That's just not activating anything. Okay. Okay, yes, please activate. There we go. I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. I also need something for a place with Lunchki. Maybe. Maybe we don't need it. Hmm. Go back out. Let's take a look at friendly. Let's try this. Roca. Did I just close? I did. You know what? Just. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a minute. What's going on here? What's going on? There we go. I kind of like this. A little smaller. Maybe not all caps. I am tempted to look at the skirts. Or hand? I don't think any of these are working. Nope, nope, don't like any of these. Maybe not a script. Maybe one of these, which of course are Hoodsma fonts. I could have just gone for those. Every Drive or Redondo Avenue. That is not what I wanted. Come on, come on, illustrator. I need to give it a minute. It's thinking about it. Alright, looks like it's installed. There we go. This is as far as I've gotten. I definitely think I need some adjustments on the colors. I don't love the purple crown. I think I'm gonna go back to the gold crown. I like the Munchkin in the top face. Munchkin. Top type face. Yeah. I just don't know where to put it. I don't know. How I turn on the guides to write on a path upside down. The type on a path, I just create a circle. Douglas. And how I do it, this is how I prefer to do it. I mean, there's certainly multiple ways to do it. But I think what you're referring to is like I cut an opening in a circle. I'll usually use smart guides to get it like on a point at the top. I'll click on as close to that point as I can with the type tool. It's going to create type on a path for me. And this is usually what it looks like by default. I'll just use the last font that you have and throw some in there. I like to go back in here, so if we type our text back in. Whoop. Call me Donut. I think I have that all kinds of weirdly spelled. But if we go to object, or no, type in a path options. I like to go in here and choose a center. So it's aligned to the center, and then I just use these. They're kind of hard to grab, but there are always these like I forget what they're called. They're like little handles that you can drag to move the position of the text. So I usually like to like open them up a little bit here, and then you can if you wanted to flip it, you go to object. Or no, type in a path. Type in a path options. Flip. And now it's on the opposite side and you can drag. The hardest part is getting these little handles selected. But that's how I do it. And it gives me the most flexibility to move type on a path that way. So, there you go. I feel like I need to have Paczki somewhere in there. I don't know where to put it. I'm also not loving the colors. Right in the middle, just like that. Just right over top of it. That was Corey's suggestion. I feel like I need to do something else with it though if I go that route. Like, it needs to be... I need to style it differently somehow. It's too, like, almost like a... You know? I don't know. That's not bad. That's not bad. A bit more powdered sugar. Yeah, if we added more powdered sugar to it, that it would certainly help the text stand out. Umacorn. Hey. What about Umacorn Wave coming in the chat? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just select both of these. I'm not gonna lie, it is going better than I anticipated. I really didn't have a plan at all for how we were gonna do this today, so appreciate you for helping me out in that regard, chat. Alright, if we wanted to do, I'm gonna lock this. And I'm just gonna add some additional powdered sugar over the top. I'm gonna go like, I think I need to go a lot tighter with the shapes. And then we'll grab our scatter brush. Didn't do anything? Oh yeah, I just need to increase it. Why I'm having such a hard time grabbing the corners today. Seems like Illustrator's doing some weird stuff. So a little bit more powdered sugar. I can also make this circle in here a little bit lighter. Oh, I just realized it looks like there's a lot more steps. Let's go to our blur or blend here. Wherever you are. Is this you? Oh my gosh. Oh, I just want to find this particular path. Show me where you are. Okay, this is my blend. Blend options. I thought there were only like 2 steps, but I guess I was wrong. Let's do 2. There we go. Actually, let's do 1. I like that better. No, let's do 2. I'm gonna change my mind 1,000 times. How about that? And then I do think I need to make this one a little bit smaller. Actually, I think that made it harder to see, but maybe in the just plain text. Oh, how did I manage this? Oh gosh, I'm just gonna pull this layers panel out. I don't know what's happening. Show me where this is. Okay, you're gonna go there. You can go back now. Thank you for your service. Maybe for this I need to do like the opposite. I don't know. does this fall have a special A with a tail? I haven't tried the fancy A. I guess I should do that. Ooh, that's kind of. Ooh, look at that! I think it does. Hold on. Yeah, look at that. Let me get it on both of the letters here, so we can really see it. There we go. We have not, y'all. Annika. Apologies to Annika. And apologies to everybody in the chat. That I have not saved for nearly 2 hours. And this is not a cloud file. And so we should save this before we get any farther. I just noticed the untitled one and I was like, oh no! Mistakes were made. Yeah. Shame. Shame on me for not saving. Okay. Well. So there's one concept. I feel like I'm in a good spot with this one. I probably want to tweak this a bit. But overall, I think this is a solid concept for a Paczki sticker. So, that being said, I think it's time to move on to something else. We only have like 15 minutes, so I don't know how far we're gonna get with another concept, but if anybody else has any other ideas. I also, yeah, everybody's saying it looks nice. Gabriel, thank you. I also feel like, and this is just me, this would be a really cool sticker if we did like a spot, and we'll go over this on Epro tips. If we got rid of the powdered sugar, stay with me, and we did like just the donut itself, and so to create the powdered sugar, we do like a spot glitter, right? So because you can do that like with certain, like if we did like a gold, like we made the give it a little shine, I feel like, or did like a little spot gloss on just like the powdered sugar would look really nice. So Michelle says, I worked on a new file for the whole day yesterday and only thought of saving it at the end of the afternoon. Yeah. Chat, I appreciate you, and I love when things kind of work out. And I was a little bit concerned that I wasn't going to be able to come up with something in time that I actually liked, so this is a win for me. Alright, let's see. Maybe we do... we don't have a lot of time. We could try a concept from like another perspective. Like drawing it from another perspective. What are we thinking? I don't remember what the other, if anybody, I know, I've got Corey's list of strange terms. I'm not sure if I can come up with something to, switch to comp. I'm not sure what that means. I think New Orleans. I know. It's really hard to come up with like imagery. I thought about doing like adding some like beads, as well. But I couldn't come up with a way. Fool's hat, mask. Let's do a donut from it. Let's do the Paczki from a different perspective, or we could just make those items and then I can. Oh, too many things. Let's do the beads because the creepy baby. No, I'm not doing the creepy baby. I don't want to talk about it in the king's cake. That creeps me out. The little plastic baby they put in the king cake kind of creeps me out, I'm not gonna lie. Beads. We can do beads really quick. And I want to make sure I get the colors right, so I'm actually gonna look up Mardi Gras beads. I actually don't know if there's a particular order that the colors are supposed to go in, but I don't want to get it wrong, that's for sure. I think just purple, yellow, and green, just in general. Is this for a donut shop? It's not for a donut shop. I wish it was. I've had, for those of you that have been around long enough, I've had no success convincing. I take that back. I did get the opportunity to work with Big Mouth Donut, but it never actually went anywhere because it's difficult. I feel like I might have mentioned this before on one of my streams, but it's like it's difficult to run a business, a small food focused business like restaurants and stuff, and also like manage like your website and stuff like that. Anyways, so my point is that like I was working with Big Mouth for a while, and they just kind of had to. It was like the start of the pandemic, and they kind of had to like focus on keeping their business afloat. And so while they were very excited and loved the work that I did, it just kind of like never went anywhere. That's not to say that like I'm very much still open to working with them. It's just hasn't worked out so far. And here I go, adding another color to my color palette because I want green beads. I'm gonna show you a little trick in the last 10 minutes that we have, because this is something that I've had to deal with before, and this is probably not going to be the style direction that I go, but well, maybe I'll show you a couple of tricks. But I've run into this problem before. So let's say you want to make beads and you want to add them to your design, and you want them to have a gradient on them. Well, you can't actually use gradients with brushes, but there's a little workaround that we can do to make it happen. So I'm going to copy and paste these guys, and I'm going to add a gradient to all of them. So we're going to go in here, we're going to add our gradients in, do radial gradient, get everything set up how we want it to look. Right, move our gradient up, just like that. I'm going to do this real quick, so it's not going to be like super amazing, but I just kind of want to show you this little trick. And then I'm going to copy both of these, do the same thing. Why am I blanking on where the gradient tool is in my time of need? There it is. Come on. Come on, gradient tool. Alright, and then we're going to go back over here. I'm going to grab this, and with the eyedropper tool, come on. I'm holding down shift. I don't know if you have to hold down shift, but alright, so you can't actually make a brush with this. If you try to make a brush with this, it's going to give you a warning that says, like, I can't make a brush with, item brush. I can't make a brush with this, gradient. And you're like, that's okay. I know what to do, because, Jack showed me what to do. So we're going to make these graphic styles. So we're going to add each of these fill colors as a graphic style. Boop. And we're going to select all this. We're going to say, I want this to be brush. And like, great, yay, that's exactly what we want. We want this to be brush, and let me do that. So now we've got our beads. They're a brush. I'm just going to make, you know, a shape here. here's our beads. We're going to apply our brush. Two beads. Say we love it. This is perfect. This is exactly what we want it to be. I'm going to make a copy, just so I have a copy. I'm going to go to Object, Expand Appearance. I'm going to isolate this. I'm going to go here. I'm going to say Select Same Appearance, and I'm going to apply my graphic style. And the nice thing about this is it keeps the radial gradient, which is the tricky part, in the same spot. If we were to just go in here and apply a new radial gradient, just clear our appearance, it wouldn't actually keep our settings. We'd end up with the gradient being back at the center. So it's just kind of a little trick. I used to have to make a ton of like molecular illustrations for in a past life as a medical illustrator, and this saved me so much time for like doing like membranes and things like that. So just a little trick for you using graphic styles. Obviously this isn't the style I'm going for with this. Gosh, this brings me back to like making all of those. Just the style of it is bringing me back. So yeah, if you ever have to do that kind of stuff. It's also helpful too, just in general, if you're working on a lot of like chemistry. This is kind of irrelevant, but if you're working on a lot of chemistry, or you have like radial gradients in general, like set up you can like save them. And the nice thing about saving them as a graphic style, like I said, is it keeps all of the settings, including like the position. So like if you make a gradient with the gradient tool and you want to keep like the positioning of things, if you save it as a graphic style, it keeps all of that. But for what we're doing, I mean, I would probably either not even bother adding a highlight to this, or just doing something like really subtle. Like I would probably do like one of these type of dealies. Like this. For these. And these are all using the same colors, so if I wanted to, I'm just gonna go back out. Copy and paste. Benefit of using swatches is I can very quickly. I need to add my green. Oh, I did add my green. I'm just gonna add my highlight too. This is probably the style I would use for this illustration. And for that, and that being said, this will work just fine with the brush. So if we make a new pattern brush, it's gonna not give me an error. It's gonna say, that's fine, I can use those colors. So just two different styles. So if we kind of move this off, we can apply that to our original line there. There you go. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for today. I know that, like, I said I'm gonna work on another concept, and then I ended up showing you how to make a brush and graphic styles and stuff, but that's okay. I think I've got enough mentally to kind of take this and create a couple concepts, or just kind of, like, take this one concept here and we can kind of expand upon it. I might make a couple other little assets that we can play with, like the mask suggestion, or doing a donut from a different perspective, just so we have some options to play with during pro tips on Tuesday. But I don't want to, the thing is, I don't want to be having to draw. Pro tips is a half an hour, and I don't want to have to be like, it would have taken me like that much time just to like put together the donut and everything like that. So I want to have a couple things done so that we can focus entirely on the print side of things. How to set these up for print. That's my goal anyways. So got a little sneak peeker of what we're going to be working on Tuesday. And let me know if you have anything else that you'd like to see for a... It's hard to do half-hour shows, I can imagine. Clever says, oh, Clever, it's very hard sometimes. I want to show you guys so much stuff, and fitting it into 30 minutes is sometimes the real challenge to me. You have the challenge of doing the challenge. I have the challenge of fitting it all into 30 minutes. Thank you all for hanging out. I also, if you have any suggestions for other things that you would like to see pro tips on, I have a couple of ideas for different ones I want to do. Since we have another one coming up, I'll also be doing a pro tips on the 20th, so next Tuesday and the Tuesday after. And Barbara's asking what time on Tuesday. It's at 10 a.m. Pacific. So that's 12 p.m. Eastern, and that's 11 a.m. Central, I believe, right? Am I getting the times right? 10 a.m. Pacific is 1 p.m. Eastern, and noon Central. Yeah, it's noon your time, Barbara. Anyways, what I was getting ready to say is I have a couple of ideas. I know, you know, I don't know. Maybe I won't ask your opinion on them. I'll just decide what we'll do for pro tips. I thought about doing we could do like a couple of things. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you want to see. How about that? I'm not gonna tell you what I think we might do. You can just give me your opinion on what you'd like to see. Anyways, that is gonna be it. I have to go because yeah, it's about 10. So I hope you had fun today. I'll see you again on Tuesday. We'll be working on these. I will not be streaming this weekend. It's just been hard to get everything done and stream on Saturday and Sunday. It's usually the day that I have to like run errands lately, and so I haven't abandoned weekend streaming. I know a lot of people like want more weekend streams because they work and they can't catch my streams during the day or in the morning, so I do plan on getting back to weekend streams. It's just not really feasible right now, so. Clever says thanks, cool, not donut. Thanks, Clever. Donut, not donut. Oliver, Sean. Yeah, be sure to follow all the streamers in the chat. We had a bunch of people hanging out with us today. We had Sean, and we had Umacorn, and we had Annika. They're all streamers here on Behance, so if you right-click and open a new tab on their little avatar, you can check out their profile and follow them. Sean streams during the week. Annika streams on Adobe Live. Umacorn streams on the weekend, so you've got all of your bases covered if you follow all of them. And then I just stream, I don't know, all the time, always, forever. Yeah, that's it. I hope you have a good Friday. I hope this is a good start to your Friday. I hope I see you all on Tuesday, and then next week, and then next Tuesday, and then next week, and then forever and ever, just repeat into infinity. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go. Have a great weekend, and a great week. Bye, everyone.